The last Bible verse we're gonna talk about is from Isaiah 55:8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways." That means that I'm sure you have your way of solving your problem, right? And 9 times out of time, your way always fail. That's what God means by my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways. God has so many possibilities to solve your problem. And just because the way you thought you're gonna solve your problem didn't work, doesn't mean that your problem is not gonna be solved. Because God has so many ways to solve it. But the problem is, again, your mind is limited. That's why, even if you think you do the right thing, it will still go wrong. But God don't want you to be down when it goes wrong. He wants you to understand that He has His own ways. It's really hard to understand from the human mind how God operates. That's why He is God. So don't beat yourself up if you thought that the way you're gonna make money is through this or through that and it didn't work. All you have to do is just cultivate the emotion and eventually get the right intuition, and in one way or another, you will get the solution. Even me, the way I wanted to make it out was by being a professional boxer. But I got a spine injury which completely destroyed my career. Of course I was devastated, but that did not stop me from believing in God, because I knew the exact meaning of this verse, which is, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways." My way was, I'm gonna become a professional boxer and then I will get out of the country and then I will make a lot of money as soon as I arrive here. But it didn't happen like that. And yet, I'm still here. That's what God is talking about, that all you have to do is trust Him, even if the way you think you're gonna do things go soft. You still gotta trust Him because His way is always better. Now I have a better life than I could have ever imagined. And that is without fighting other people. Because my goal is, yeah, I will fight a lot of people once I will turn pro, but God completely destroyed that dream. He put me on another path. And the path I'm in right now is 100 times way better than the one I expected back then. It's better than the way I conceived it. Why? It's because my mind is limited. God's mind is unlimited. Even if my way doesn't work, He will always a backup option. And His backup option is always better because it's straight from the infinite. When you tap straight from the infinite, nothing can go wrong. Everything you do will always go right, and it will always be 10 times better than what you thought. Because let's say this is you right now, and this is the version of yourself that already has everything. This is the one in the 4th dimensional world. This is the one that already has the perfect life you want. And you may think, in order for you to get there, you may need clients, you may need a business, you may need money, you may need a happy relationship to be able to get there. Not knowing that if you jump straight there, it's that version of yourself that's gonna tell you exactly how you're gonna get the things in the middle. You gotta bypass the middle. You gotta bypass the thing that makes sense. If let's say your goal is to have a wife or a husband, don't wait for the woman or the man to appear in your life. Jump straight to the conclusion while you already feel happy, while you already feel cherished, while you already feel loved. And it's only then that version of yourself that will talk to you through intuition on how to get towards one in the middle. The problem is you're stuck in the middle. Once you're stuck in the middle, you're always gonna be lost. You're always gonna question life. You're always gonna be like, why it's never working out for me? But if you jump straight to the conclusion, if you feel the emotion of the version of yourself that already has everything, God will talk to you through intuition. And it's only from there that you can start to take action. And you will get what you think you need in the middle. And sometimes you don't even need what's in the middle. God will bring you back straight to the destination. This is how you see people that have barely little to no requirements still get a job. This is how you see people that you think that they're absolutely not qualified for the position they're in, but they're still there. And it's because they were able to tap into the emotion. You gotta understand that God bypassed all logic. And Jesus was teaching this his whole life. He wanted people to understand it. But instead, people were just focusing on how good of a person he was, not knowing that there was another side to it, which was reality creation. Well, let's say you want a successful business. You may think that you need this amount of clients. You may think that you need to hire better people or even fire some. Well, the only way you're gonna know if those are the right thing is by bypassing them. Don't think about it. Think straight to the version of yourself that already has a successful business, and watch your intuition will automatically guide you on what to do in the middle. Simple as that. When you focus on the middle, you will stay there. But if you always focus on the end goal, in one way or another, through intuition, God will find a way for you to reach the final destination. This is your fourth dimensional world. This is the perfect world you want. And you're waiting for the thing in the middle to validate you to go there. But that's not how it works. You gotta jump straight there and feel the emotion. Couple examples of emotion you would feel upon attaining whatever you want in your life is peace, joy, and gratitude. You need to consistently feel peaceful, joyful, and always be grateful. That's how you tweak your subconscious mind through emotion. As soon as you tweak the subconscious mind, remember what we talked about in the first principles, you're gonna reach the superconscious. As soon as you reach the superconscious, God will talk to you through intuition. How do you get access to intuition? By being still and knowing the existence of God. 30 minutes, do nothing, and then wait for intuition to come. As soon as your intuition comes, you can start to take action, and then from there, reality will eventually shift. But if you stay here, if you decide to not feel those emotions, even if you have nothing, trust me, you're gonna stay there. You're gonna stay in the third dimensional world. And that's where you don't wanna be. You wanna change your third dimensional world. The only way you change your third dimensional world is you go to the fourth dimension, where Jesus was preaching all the time. Feel peace, joy, gratitude 24/7. That's your only way. Once negativity comes into your life, sit with it. Don't run from it. Don't distract yourself from it. Immerse yourself into the negativity until it dissipates. As soon as it dissipates, now you're on the way to the fourth dimension where the world is perfect. And it's only from there that you're gonna get the message on how to perfect your third dimension. Simple as that. Reality creation is so simple. Even when I was studying metaphysics, neuroscience, behavioral science, it was so complicated. But it was worth it though. But the conclusion is this: it doesn't get more complicated. The reason, once you tap into like those knowledge of reality creation and you see a lot of graphs, a lot of like numbers, letters, complication, is because society do not want you to understand this. Because if you really do understand this, you're gonna realize how much power you have. And imagine all of us, we all become like successful in whatever we want and we all unite. Don't you really think that we're gonna be able to change the world? But yeah, it boils down to this. One more thing. When Jesus was with the sea, with his disciples, they were fishing all day, but they couldn't find nothing. And then Jesus said, cast your net on the right side of the boat and you will have plenty of fish. So they did cast their net on the right side of the boat and they got plenty of fish. Here, Jesus is just talking about the two brain side you have. You have a left side and a right side. Your left side is the one that is logical and rational. Your right side is the one that is emotional. So Jesus is telling you here, tap into emotion 24/7 in order for you to get plenty of fish. And plenty of fish can mean relationship, business, money, friends, luck, whatever you want. Literally, you need to tap into the emotion. You need to feel the emotion that those stuff will bring you. And that's the only way those stuff will appear into your life. You gotta bypass the how. Every time you ask yourself how, God knows it, not you. Your mind is limited. God's mind is unlimited. And when you're asking yourself when, The subconscious mind only understands the present. That's why saying I will be rich or I will have a relationship will never work. Because you're projecting into the future. And the subconscious mind will always project that in the future, which means you will keep chasing it without never having it. That's why you need to say, I am now. The Bible is always emphasizing this. It always says, I am, I am, I am. The reason is because the subconscious mind only know the present. So you ask yourself, when? Decide that it is now. So that's how you bypass the when. The way you bypass the how, God knows, not you. And that's it. That's how reality creation works. That's how you use principles from the Bible to completely change your life. If you still need help after this, link in the description. If not, go practice. And don't forget to take a screenshot.